In the gentle embrace of an early summer morning, the gardens near the old house shimmered with dew. Amir, a sprightly tomcat barely 16 months old, stretched atop a low stone wall, basking in the warmth from the waking sun. Oversized ears flicking at every sound and tail twitching with curiosity, Amir's world was a tapestry of sights, scents, and the promise of adventure. On this particular day, a rustle behind the garden shed caught his attention. Slipping lightly off the wall, Amir crept toward the noise, whiskers quivering, heart brimming with anticipation. He expected to find perhaps a robin or, if blessed by fortune, a mouse. But as he rounded the shed's corner, his emerald eyes widened in genuine alarm. There stood Barco, a large, shaggy dog from the neighboring house, easily 3 times Amir's size, his wet nose twitching, ears perked in the cat's direction. Barco wasn't an ill-tempered beast, but his enthusiasm was intimidating even to cats twice Amir's age. Barco let out a boisterous woof and bounded a step closer, keen for nothing more than a sniff or friendly chase. To Amir, however, the sudden approach of the canine colossus spelled danger. With a startled yowl, he bolted from the shed and sprinted blindly, paws barely touching the grass. Barco's booming barks echoed after him, spurring him faster until, splash! Amir landed in the garden's old ornamental lake, his fur slicked and heavy within seconds. Panic surged in his chest as he splashed his paws, struggling to keep his head above water. The bank felt miles away, and each stroke grew weaker. From the shadows beneath a flowering bush, an elegant figure darted forward with a forceful cry. Layla, Amir's mother, had been watching from afar. In an instant, she evaluated the scene, her son floundering in the water, the hulking form of Barco racing along the edge, barking with excitement. With protective fury, Layla leapt between Barco and the water's rim, her back arched high, tail fur puffed like a bottle brush, and gleaming amber eyes fixed on the dog. She hissed, a sound sharp as a cracked whip, fangs bared in a display of maternal might. Barco skidded to a halt, taken aback by the sudden ferocity of the smaller creature. For a moment he just stared, his ears dropping, unsure whether to advance or retreat. But Layla's meaning was unmistakable. She spat again, lunging just close enough to assert her intent. Barco, heart pounding and spirit dampened, backed away with a low whimper, casting one last confused look at the cats before retreating to the far side of the garden. Layla wasted not a heartbeat. She rushed to the pond's edge, her voice low and urgent as she called to Amir.
This way, paddle hard.
With trembling limbs, Amir clawed toward his mother's voice and with a final desperate effort, grasped the bank. Layla seized his scruff in strong jaws, hauling the sodden, shivering cat to safety. Safe at last on solid ground, Amir gasped for breath, closing his eyes as Layla groomed his wet fur with patient care. The shock of fright melted away, replaced by deep relief and gratitude. He looked up at his mother, awe and apology in his gaze. Layla wrapped her tail around her son, nuzzling his nose. The garden sun shimmered on her whiskers, her protective embrace promising that, no matter the danger, she would always be there for him. From his distant perch, Barco watched with a newfound respect. And the garden returned to peaceful quiet. Safe for now in the vigilant care of a mother's love.